I think Bangarra chooses words like belong and connecting and rekindling because I suppose in our modern day we are very fortunate to celebrate our heritage, and as young adults we've all accepted in our profession that we want to keep awakening and rekindling what our heritage and what our traditional stories are about and bring that through in a contemporary way into this modern day. Currently we're working on a section for ID which is part of Belong, looking at, I suppose, what is an Aboriginal in the 21st century. And it's really from different perceptions, really. I think from a Western perception, from a personal perception, and from a black-on-black perception, from an Indigenous perception of another Indigenous person. Today we're working on a section called Totem, which is really about what's part of the totemic system, I suppose, and what's the spirit behind that, and what are the complexities behind knowing the depth of what's behind one's totem. For us, it's about training the next generation of dancers, Indigenous dancers, the next generation of Indigenous storytellers. And Bangarra is a strong foundation now after 20 years where it can be a creative meeting place where those artists could come, feel confident about connecting back to their cultural stories and learning the skill within an Indigenous organisation, and I think that's very important. So I think for Alma, this is her second work. She's from the Torres Strait. She wants to rekindle stories from the Torres Strait.
My inspiration in my dance was a bit both. There was the cultural dance, which really embraced me more because I need to learn the culture. Because you get to grow down in the city life, you get to tend to lose it a little bit because so many things is fast, and when you go back home everything's sort of laid back and you get to nurture yourself into that area, the lifestyle or the culture again. Yeah, so I think it's really important for me to be able to connect to my culture as well.
Alma's is different because she's dealing with elements, so she's dealing with wind and the story of the wind and the character of the wind, the spirit of wind, and how a community on Torres Strait Island deal with those elements, because it's quite fierce up there, and then it's quite beautiful. So they have the south wind, they have the northwest wind, and with those winds come these amazing stories. Whereas Stephen's ID, it was very character-driven because it's about identity. When there's stories and concepts that are quite deep like that, you can't help but, explore your own identity and try and sort of, dig in there of trying to challenge that. So his is quite more daring.
Bangarra is a company that entertains, and it entertains in a distinctive, in a different way, and that really is from an inner perspective, and it's from a spiritual connection. So I think if you want to have a little bit of both, of discovering that spirituality through the mainstream and entertainment, then come and see Bangarra.